All right, we're here with old friend Erik Svane, who blogs at No Pasarán. Pasarán. I'm sorry, if you ask me to pronounce things properly, you're going to be disappointed.
Spanish.
Meaning?
Meaning it which they shall not pass.
And you were here, of course, at CPAC. You've been here many times in the past.
Well, we've known each other 12 years, I think, 11, 12 years.
Well, actually, it's 9, actually, because I started blogging in 9. I met you at the first CPAC I came to back in 2010.
Okay.
So, Erik, what do you think of CPAC this year?
It's a great CPAC. It's really fun. Yesterday we saw Donald Trump, and he surprised us all because he made a joke about, you know, everybody's always getting on his back for his hair. I should say they get on his head for his hair, and he turned around and showed his bald spot like this. And I was a big surprise because even if you know not to trust the mainstream media, you still think, well, he probably is you know, he's kind of ornery or whatever. No, he made jokes about every part of what he's criticized about.
Now, also there were some continental people here, Le Pen and Lafarge. Were you interested in covering them yourself, and did you get a chance to?
I see them all the time in Europe, you know.
Now, you are based in where?
Paris. I'm based in Paris, France. So I'm not so hot about about the Le Pen family as some conservatives are. I think it's if you go to No Pasarán and do a search for Le Pen, you'll see that they're not into economic freedom. They're kind of anti-American. Marine Le Pen has said a lot about Russia's Putin, but she's saying a lot about that France should be the ally of Putin instead of the United States. So I'm very suspicious about that. But her niece is very beautiful. Her niece who was here yesterday or the day before, Maréchal Le Pen, she's very cute. I have to admit that.
All right, and Lafarge from England, of course, over there. Now, how do you think that the CPAC... Farage, I meant to say Farage.
Yeah.
Now, are people here misinterpreting these guys because you see them every day?
I think Farage is good. I think I'm pretty much for him, for everything he says. And if you go see his videos from the European Parliament, they're some of the most hilarious things you've ever seen.
Now, I interviewed a Scotsman who was here, who was not officially here for the CPAC conference. He happened to be in a hotel, first time in the U.S., decided to take a look around.
Right.
And, I mean, it's as if his attitude toward this was, it was almost unbelieving. And do people really believe this? Now, is that a function of the media there where it is so... I mean, we think of our media as very left, but how does that compare to the European media that you are bathed in every day?
I know a lot of people in Denmark, France, Europe who are kind of on the right, you know, who are as far right as you can. Even they will be strongly anti-Trump, you know. And I've heard I was here. I've been here while you were filming. Some of your interviewees.
Yes. By the way, I should point out
they say a lot of things about Trump. You know, what he's done with the prostitutes or whatever, or the Playboy models, you know, and they're all like that. They're all like that. The most pro-rightist of them all, they're like that too.
So it's basically a different world.
It's a different world. So once 3 days a year, I need to come to a place where I'm surrounded by people with common sense. You know?
Now, is there anything particular, other than obviously the president's speech, that you really enjoy doing? And of course, filming what you filmed my interview with Kira Innes. That was the second view that was going around. That was Erik doing that because my sons were not available at the time.
How are we doing? Yeah, I think I try to move around, you know, to get a good.
Well, anyways,
and I was don't tell anybody. I was trying to get her beautiful legs into the screenshot, you know.
Well, the question I have though is, who else were you looking forward to seeing and saw here?
Inside here, the Vice President Mike Pence, who's good, and Sebastian Gurka. He's always funny too. Very good speaker. And then I came here because I have a graphic novel on Abraham Lincoln that I'm trying to show to editors here and see if anybody's interested.
Now, people think of graphic novels and they think the left, but if they read that, there'll be a little bit more than just the left there.
Right. Graphic novels can be, in the past 20 years, they've really gone from stuff